Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ordinary here. This is episode 5 as the GM of Team Japan. And the last episode, we got a little bit of year 2 season simulation going. And we're not doing too bad, actually. We're 12, 10, and 1. If we look at the standings, we are 4th in the Pacific, which is not quite good enough for a playoff spot, but it's only out by 1. So depending on how we do in these next couple games, that could decide what we are at the trade deadline, if we're actually going to try to make a push or if we're just going to sell off some of the players we signed in free agency. You never know, right? So if we win, if we string a bunch of wins together like we did way back, where is it? Like here, look at that. Bunch of wins there and then a bunch of losses. So depending on what kind of streak we go on in this next month or two, that will decide what we do at the trade deadline and kind of shape the team going forward. I'm going to not do the trade deadline in this video just because I want your guys' opinion on what we should be doing, because even if we are in a playoff position, we're probably not a good enough team to win the cup. So we'll see what you guys have to say. But let's get this video right underway. We are playing against Boston here, beginning of November. We'll do a couple weeks into the future. These regular, just simulation videos are never that exciting. Oh, loss. Come on. Let's string together some wins here. We don't have a good team, so it's pretty surprising that we do have wins. But this game's anything can happen, right? Another loss. Boston's has our number here, it seems like. 5-4. Ooh, overtime loss, so that's a point. That's a point. Devils, how are they doing? Similar to us. Team we can beat, then. Yeah, 2-1. Take it. We'll take it. Kuhlman leading the team in goals. Matty Perreault leading the team in assists. Franz Nielsen, the +1, is leading the team. This is too funny. Ian White, 48 penalty minutes, which is an average amount, a little bit below average, I guess. Oh, another fucking loss. And Leland Irving, 10 wins. So that puts Elliott with only 4. Yikes. We can beat these guys. They just beat us 2-0. Let's bounce back. Fuck, 4-2. So we officially have a losing record, boys. Sorry to say it. But looks like our goalies couldn't keep that fucking unreal save percentages up for too long. Edmonton's got a hell of a team, it looks like. But we managed to take it. It's always like when you've got a good team in this game and you're simming against a team with a shitty record, they're going to fucking beat you. So, not unhappy to be on the other side of that for once. Beat a shitty team in Anaheim. They were like 12-20 or something, I think I saw. Back-to-back here against Calgary. Lost the first one in a dominant fashion. Hopefully we can have a bounce back here on Saturday. Come on. Linus Omark, our best plus-minus is now 0. What's their record like? 18. That's average as well. We can beat that, right? Yeah. 5-1, another big loss. 1-0, that's a win. We'll take the fucking win. 3-4, is that OT loss? It is, that's a point. Oh, look at these points. We're putting points together now, boys. OT loss, I'll take it. I'll take the point. It's a 3-game point streak. I don't care if it's 2 losses in a row, it's a point streak. Yeah, no wonder no one's offering us any trades. We have nothing worth value. Ah, come on, keep the points alive. Keep the dream alive. No, that's a regulation loss. Shit. Toronto's got a pretty decent team. Okay, it looks like we're scouting. Don't know if that was an overtime loss or not because that screen popped up too quick. So this is the McDavid draft, right? Yeah, so we know who's going to be good. What's in the dub? Yeah, okay, we know that. In the queue. Is there any like generated ones that are supposed to be any good? Probably not. No, okay. So we'll probably draft a forward. Might as well keep drafting the OHL. That's where the really solid prospects are, right? So 4 top 10s, including Connor McDavid, and Kokechny, I think is the guy's name. He turns out pretty good in all the other GM modes I played. What's going on here? That was an overtime loss, so we another point. Woohoo! Where's the All-Star game? I wonder if we're going to have any All-Stars. I kind of want to sim up just to see. If we get some points here... Well, cool, traffic. If you could be any louder, that'd be great. Fuck off, fucking motorbikes. So, a couple of regulation losses back-to-back here. So we're limping into the All-Star game with a 5-game losing streak, I think. Oh no, it's another week here. There's a win. Kuhlman has 2 goals since we started simulating. Perreault has 2 assists since we started simulating, I think. I think he was at 14. So where's the offense gone here, boys? Let's go. Why is it taking so long to simulate a fucking day with nothing on it? Sidney Crosby's an all-star game, it says. Yes, I would love to stop the simulation and see if we have anyone. Even though I don't know our roster that well. I know none of those guys are on it. None of those guys are on it. None of those guys are on it. Matty Perreault. Team Japan's got an all-star. He's centering that 4th line. What a guy. Defensive pairing, nothing. Or no, Gonchar. We have Gonchar, right? I think we have Gonchar. And in net, none of our goalies. But I'm confident we have Gonchar on the team. Let me take a look. Okay, we don't have Gonchar on the team. I was lying. He must still be on Dallas. I was just trying to scroll through and then I realized I wasn't in view. I was in edit. Shit. Dallas. Where are you? Definitely went the wrong way for this. Sergei Gonchar. There he is. So our only all-star was Matty Perreault. What a guy. Keep on trucking, I guess. Not much going on. It's the off-season, so it's not like I have much to talk about either. No big trades recently. Fucking... I guess Spezza happened, but that was a while ago now. James Neal, speaking of Pittsburgh, he's gone. He's in Nashville. That was on the draft, though. So, it's just a fucking boring episode of skipping through all these games. There's a bunch of losses, too. This is a bad team. We can beat this. We can beat this. Come on, give us a fucking win. Fuck. No luck here. This has not been a good episode for Team Japan. Right on the bubble of a playoff spot, and they have slipped down into the depths of the Western Conference. I'll take a look next time the simulation stops for us, but there's no way we are on the bubble anymore. Like I said, it depends on what kind of streak we go in and or go on, I guess. And we went on a losing streak. And as soon as I say that, there's fucking 3 wins, eh? Christ. Can they make it 4? Yeah, 4-game winning streak, plus a voice crack. Puberty is nice. Fucking game 5, can they put 5 together? They can. Team Japan is storming. Fuck me. This team is the streakiest thing I've ever seen. Can they make it 6 against the powerhouse Edmonton? They can. 6 games in a row. Is Team Japan the real deal? Nah, they get fucking blown out. But a 6-game winning streak, especially against our Oilers team that's 32-16-8. They beat a 29-18-6. Toronto squad 35-12-6 is really good, and we shut them out 3-0 in Tampa, and then a couple of wins here too. Jesus. So the streakiness of Team Japan continues. Let's take a look at the standings. We're gonna be back in the bubble team now because of that. Yeah, see, 4th now. But not really a bubble team because we are 5 points out of a playoff spot. We have to either pass Chicago or San Jose in order to get into the playoffs, and it's probably not going to happen. Chances are we lose 10 games in a row, win another 4 in a row, because that has seemed to be the trend here in Japan. What about points and shit? Lindback, surprisingly, is the goaltending leader in both categories, followed by goalie Bob Bobrovsky, he's second. And then Scrivens is 3 and 5th. Rask, 3 and 8. So it looks like there's no top third goalie. Lundqvist maybe, Rask maybe, Quick maybe, Scrivens maybe. Those guys are all kind of bouncing around. But Lindback and Bobrovsky, number 1 and number 2. As far as points go, Tavares has 62. Crosby's got 61. No one from Japan is going to be on there, let's be honest. Goals. Crosby's leading the league in goals with 30. Eberle and Nuge both have more than 40 assists over there in Edmonton. So how are they not up there for points? Eberle's got 57. I guess they don't score very much. Ovechkin, 26 goals. In the East, the Rangers are out to a solid lead. And the Oilers are leading the West. But the West is pretty weak this year. Looks like top 3 teams in the league are all over there in the East. How far away are we from the trade deadline? Just getting up to it right now, so we'll sim up there. I'll check out our team standings, or our player points, I mean, as well, because I don't really want to do the trade deadline. I mean, there's not going to be... This is going to be a short video if I don't do it, but it's going to be a really long one if I do. So I'll probably save it for next time, so I can get your guys' opinion on who we want to trade away. I'll show you guys the trade bait and everything. Hopefully I can put enough content into this video to make it worth it. Hey guys, so my audio capture fucked up there. Luckily I did notice and save it, but I didn't think that it had got corrupted, so I just kept going. There's about a 7 or 8 minute period here where I did lose the audio, so I'm going to do my best to dub over it right now rather than just fast forwarding or cutting it out entirely. So we're just doing the scouting right quick. Like I said, we are going to look at the trade bait for all the players we can get rid of. Checking out WHL. We're gonna not scout the OHL this time because we've already been there twice. WHL has a couple top 10s themselves, so we probably will end up finishing top 10. We just went on a little win streak there before I stopped the sim for scouting. Another loss against Philly there, 3-2. Win streak, lose streak seems to be the way the team works. I bet you're going to win. We're going to win. There it is, win, 2-1. 28, and 5, so we're about .50 for points per game here. That doesn't really put us in too strong of a position. I'm going to take a look at the standings here right quick. Lost to Buffalo, and then I slow sim the game against Detroit just so we can have a better look at what our actual standings are going into the trade deadline, and we do win in regulation 3-2 against the Wings. Brian Elliott getting that first star. Okay, so let's take a look here. Crosby's leading the league in points. Him and Tavares were tied. He's got a lot of goals as well. But what's really important is where do we stand as a team? It's going to be hard for me to keep up matching the video here, but basically I'm going to sort by point percentage here so we know actually where we are. We're 22nd in the league. In the Western Conference we are 10th. But if we go over to divisional rather than the entire West, we see a different picture because lots of these teams you might be noticing are Central Division teams that are ahead of us. So whenever I fucking head over there, let's go. There we go. Pacific Division, look at that. That puts us in 3rd place. We do have a game in hand over San Jose, who's 3 points below us. But we are a playoff team right now. We are only 3 points above San Jose, who's fighting us for that last spot. And we are actually out of the wild card spots. So if we can't beat San Jose, we will be out of the playoffs. It's really a race for that 3rd slot. We will have home ice advantage in that first round probably. Or no, we'll be playing the second team in the Pacific, right? That's how it works? Yeah, anyways. So we're 9th in the West when it comes to points. Tied for that wild card spot, like I was saying, against Colorado. They just have a lot less games played than us. So as far as point percentage goes, we're 10th, and but we are 3rd in our division. So now what we're going to do is take a look at what we have for trading assets here, because the deadline is coming right up. And I accidentally went to trade block instead of trade negotiations. So we're going to take a look at all these players and then just go in through there. Alright, so here's what we got. We got Sam Reinhart. I want to hold on to him for sure. He is definitely going to be our stud of the future. Franz Nielsen, I don't mind trading him. Perreault, I would like to keep. Look at his cap hit. It's only 2.26. I know we're not really in any trouble with the salary cap. We do have tons of cap available. And so we could trade him. If there's any player I want to hold on to, it is him. We're going to take a look at his points so far. He's got 37 points this season. And he was on that all-star team, right? So he's been our best player this season probably. He's pretty young still at 27. So Ian White, though. Oh, shit. Looking fooling myself. Franz Nielsen, we're going to look at his points, too. He's got 35, so he's got a little bit less than Perreault, and about the same trade value, and 3 years, and a bigger cap on him. Ian White, we could trade him. He is our number 1 defenseman, though, so look at that minus 58 last year. He is our number 1 defenseman, though, so keep that in mind, but he's definitely a trading asset if we decide we want to sell and not try to make the playoffs. Glenn Cross, he's the same kind of player as White, 32 years old, 30 years old. He's in his 30s. Could be gone. Sam Bennett, you guys already know that I'm okay with trading him. He's basically the only prospect on the team that I am willing to trade. I've never seen him get good in this game. I've seen him get to 80 as the highest, and I have a lot of GM modes, right? So Robin Regier, okay with trading him. He's also an 84 overall defenseman, but he's 34, as White is 30. What are we taking a look at now? Come on. Figure it out, me. Jesus. Oh. Maybe this is when I was noticing that my fucking capture was all fucked up. Could be. Could be. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So, this is when I noticed that my capture was fucked up, so I do pause it here. We're not going to trade Fleury. Gryba, he's 26, so I was kind of okay with holding on to him depending on when his 26th birthday was. If he's still got a year to jump, I want to keep him. Same with Bolesky, but if they're already done, then I don't mind getting rid of them. And I'm just going to switch over to the live feed here now that I cut it and started up again, so thanks. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so I think I have enough disk space to keep going, but what I was going to say is Bolesky is about in the same boat as Gryba to me. I don't know when he turned 26. I bet I could check their draft info. 2006. 2006, so they both were drafted in the same year. Do I have any other guys that are 26? What about 27? 2006 or 2005? 2006. So, maybe these guys are going to turn old here. Shit. If you guys know, from looking back to last video, when they turned 26, if they were already 26 when I signed them, and then I was hoping for a big jump, if that's the case, then I don't have a problem with trading them. If they have another chance for a jump, I would prefer to hold on to them. That's just me. Stempniak, yeah, he can go. Whitney, I can trade him too. Not opposed to that. Lehkonen, he's a prospect, so let's keep him. Let's keep all our young guys. Same with him. Same with him. The only young guy I wouldn't mind trading is Sam Bennett, just because I don't have any faith in him. The only reason I drafted him is because he was best available, and he does have some good trade value to him, so we could pick something else up. All these players, they're not worth anything. Basically, if they're young, keep them. If they're not young, I have no problem with trading them. I'm not attached to anyone on this team, except for maybe Perot, just because he's been killing it. Our first round pick has a decent amount of trade value too. You can see all our first rounds do. Goaltenders. So let's take a look at what we have for trade assets there, because we did sign some. Oh my god, did I fucking leave it? Yep. Why is it down so low? Jesus Christ, no wonder I thought I was on the wrong screen. So Markku, he's the goalie we drafted last year, so obviously we're going to want to hold on to him. Whitney, same story. We signed him. He's got a decent potential, so holding on to him is not a bad idea. Irving, he can go. Elliott, he can go. None of these guys have any trade value, but they can all go. Not opposed to trading any of those guys away. And that would appear to be what we've got for trading chips, guys. If you really want me to trade Perot away, I'm okay with it. But if there's one guy we hold on to, it should be him. He's still youngish. Like I said, good contract on him. Good season so far. All-star. And let's finish this up by taking a look at any teams that want to get rid of prospects. So, where are we? Japan, here we are. Wants. Take this off of the glitch mode. We'll go 3.5. So we'll see if there's any 3.5 star forwards that teams want to get rid of. That's right, you can't fucking do that in this game. NHL 15, fucking figure it out. Be able to add a thing to the trading block of their name is red. You know what I mean? Like underneath in one of these things where it says like player role any, age min 17, there should be one that's like team wants to ditch. Fucking yes or no. Okay, so what I can do then is go to surplus or players on the block and just go through these teams and see if anyone's got any young guys. Because that would be an example of a team that's okay with trading some youngsters, like the St. Louis Blues. So we'll check them out. Pittsburgh Penguins, we'll check them out. They got their firsts and prospects. So Penguins, Blues, Flyers, Senators, Rangers. Jesus Christ. I should be writing this down, but I got a good enough memory. Canadians, Kings, Wings, Hawks, although some of these guys aren't really blue chip. So let's take a look at St. Louis first. They got Yaskin on the block. Every time I've ever played this game, he turns out to be a pretty good player, so not opposed to trying to pick up him. He's got a high chunk of trade value, though, so it's going to be two players from us. One of the higher trade value guys, one of the lower ones. Vanelli. This guy's turned out, and he hasn't turned out. Tommy Vanelli, I remember him. 3.5 star defensive prospect, Jacob Vrana. What's his deal? 4 gold star prospect. Forward. He's got not much trade value, so there's some players here I wouldn't hate to go after. Let me sort this by potential right quick. Looks like it basically already is. Okay. Bourne and Nordstrom. Not sure why these guys have no trade value. I can see why Nordstrom doesn't, but Bourne, he's another guy we could go after. Pittsburgh was one of the teams that wasn't afraid to trade some of their youth, Pouliot and Harrington. Pouliot usually never gets good, but I've seen it once or twice, so it's a risk. Harrington, don't even recognize him. Scott Harrington, I don't think I've ever seen him crack an NHL roster in GM mode, so maybe he's a bad player to go after. Philly, Max Domi, they must have drafted him out. So we can get him now if we want to trade now that he's out of our system. I'm okay with trading for him. Cousins, that's about it. This guy's got a sick name. What's his deal? not enough trade value to make it cool. Ottawa wanted to trade, but theirs all not very good. McInnes, Duclair. Here's some players. So Duclair and McInnes and St. Croix. These are players we could grab off of New York Rangers. The Islanders, I don't think wanted. Yeah, okay. New Jersey, no. Nashville, no. Montreal, yes. Raphael Naihu. He generally gets pretty decent. Thrower, not a bad idea to go after him. Same with Dietz here. So Montreal's got some guys. Minnesota, I don't recognize them as wanting. Yeah, okay. I'm sure Los Angeles did, but they were all crappy. Florida doesn't. Wings did. Mantha, so he generally gets pretty good. He's a power forward in this game though, and top line power forwards never really do anything. So I'd be okay with not trading for him. Yurko, he usually takes a long time to get better. I've seen him kind of top out at second line, like 84 overall, so he doesn't really get that good. What do we got for potential? You know, I have seen get good from the wings is Ryan Sproul right here, so that could be someone we go after. Although I don't like to do that. I don't like to I saw this guy get good once, so I'll get him now. But that's just something I've noticed. Pretty sure none of these guys wanted to get rid of their youth. Oh, Chicago did, but it was all crappy guys. Yeah, that's it. Boston must be having a shit season. Oh, right, they were. I remember from the beginning of the episode. Anyways, so that I'll stop talking now. That's going to do it for this episode. If you want to see trades, which you probably do, let me know in the comments what you're thinking. If any of them have thumbs up, I will probably make those ones. Otherwise, I'll just pick and choose from the ones that I like. And yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to be too good of a playoff team. If you guys expect us to make the playoffs this year, it's a definite possibility. So if you want to see us maybe make some trades just for players that we can actually use now, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But we still are rebuilding, right? And we're barely in the playoffs. We're 3 points in with 1 game ahead of the challenging Sharks there. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Leave it in the comments. Press like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.